CUBE, the research unit of Católica-Lisbon School of Business and Economics, had great pleasure in hosting a full-day event on funding opportunities in Horizon 2020. We had a full day, 36 people, in which we were sharing information, strategies and advice to help researchers across the Catholic University of Portugal apply for more European project funding and increase their rate of success when doing so. I want to give a special thanks to some great speakers and panel discussants. Margarita Santos, who's the national contact point for Marie Curie Actions, provided really great and insightful information regarding funding opportunities under that call. Also to Sandra Martins Pereira, she's from the SES Research Unit in Porto. Thank you very much for helping people with advice for specifically applying for the Marie Curie Innovative Training Networks, and some great tips on how to be competitive in writing these proposals. To Ana Sofia Carvalho, also from SES in Porto, she's a European expert on ethics evaluations, and she really stressed for everyone there the importance of doing these parts of the proposals really well, as an important part of developing responsible research and innovation activities. The workshops closed with a round table which also included Joana Camillo. She's the Executive Director of Creating Health, Research and Innovation Funding, and along with the speakers that I've already mentioned, she helped in the discussions of best practices on how to design, how to plan, and how to write proposals that will be more successful in obtaining European funding. Now, this session really had three objectives, and I think all three of them were achieved. First, it was to share with researchers across our university, the Catholic University of Portugal, strategies for more successfully applying for grants. So people needed information on what was most likely to be successful, on what obstacles to anticipate, and specific areas that they should be careful in covering. A second objective of the session was to encourage people to apply for research funding, and often people don't apply. They anticipate a lot of problems. They've heard of people who apply and are not successful. This session was able to tell people some areas in which their applications were more likely to succeed, but also some strategies that they could use and some ways to overcome obstacles to make the whole process easier and also seem more profitable. And a third thing, which is also important, is to bring our researchers together. The researchers from Lisbon, from Porto, from other parts of the country, and from different areas of social science research and different disciplines in the Universidade Católica Portuguesa, Catholic University of Portugal, in order to encourage collaboration. Research and funding for research is an area in which people across the university can work together. Okay, there's sometimes knowledge, or there's skills, or there's past experience in one unit that can be profitably shared with other units. Also, there's possibilities of people collaborating on research projects together. This is certainly an important part of success for a lot of proposals. It was great to bring people together from across the university to have the great discussions and Q&A sessions, and also to see that people are already planning next steps for ways in which they can collaborate. This was our first event specifically focused on helping people with strategies for obtaining research funding. But I can tell you without a doubt, it's definitely not our last. I anticipate that in CUBE we will host 1 or 2 events like this per year, and we hope to meet even more researchers across the university and to continue this discussion. So thank you, really thank you to all of our speakers, and of course to all those who attended from units across our university, from different areas of the social sciences, and for making this event a success. It's really appreciated.